Well, speaking of NFL, people disappointing you, Aaron Hernandez, he was found to have, in an autopsy, the most CTE they've ever found in a 27-year-old.
Yeah.
I believe, and so I believe like there's 4 levels to it, and CTE is chronic traumatic encephalopathy, I think, something like that. And so it's there's 4 levels to it, and at 27 years old, he was at level 3 already. And there are some people like Aaron Hernandez's lawyers who are now using this to say that maybe his decision making was affected because of CTE. Russell, what do you think there's going to be implications for these findings down the road, or do you think they're just grasping at straws?
This is the hardest part. I can't look at I result out like everybody else, and it's very shocking that a 27-year-old had that much brain damage. At the same time, he's been playing football since in Pop Warner.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've been taking hits like that for years, I'm not proud that he has that. To me, I don't think it's ever do. However, I don't think I know a lot of people are trying out to be the NFL's fault. Like somehow the NFL stops people from getting paid there.
Mm-hmm.
To me, in my opinion, I think that everybody who goes out to football field knows the risk.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you knew when you were going out there every Friday night.
Right.
So to me, I think players know what they're doing. Parents know what they're doing. Their kids out there.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe we need to have a more honest discussion, and it needs to be more frank and upfront when you sign up for football. Like, look, down the road, you might have some issues.
Yeah.
Look, down the road, you might not be able to remember the first half of your life.
Right.
Or there might not even be a down. Might die out
Might not be a down the road, right? Like you said.
You need to be serious about it.
Because some of the comedians we were talking, some of us that actually like play football were talking about it last night. Like, I definitely think I have some kind of like CTE. Like, I'm not even playing. Like, I feel like, because I've been playing tackle football since I was 7, and I was always the smallest kid until like high school. I was taking a lot of shots, and so I was just like, I don't think CTE had anything to do with Aaron Hernandez. I know a lot of dudes that do things like Aaron Hernandez. They don't have no CTE. So, so Aaron Hernandez was gonna be banging regardless. Like, let's be real, dude was taking selfies with guns and stuff. And
sometimes you just the best.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's crazy that because we've never seen a brain scan with that much CTE from somebody that's 27. Because the guys in his generation of NFL are still playing, they're not gonna die for another like few decades. So it's like we get to see what's going on right now in a lot of guys' heads. Like, think about all these running backs in the NFL right now. Theirs is probably worse than Aaron Hernandez's. Because, I mean, think of the shots linemen and running backs take.
Well, but
every Sunday.
But you could actually look at how Aaron Hernandez was used in the days of Urban Meyer at Florida and then at the Patriots. They used it. He was like one of the first tight ends I ever saw do an end around. Like, he got carries. I mean, he might have taken as much punishment as anyone I've ever seen since like Ed McCaffrey from like those Broncos, where you just get hit over and over and over again. And so I actually think you can make a case he might have taken worse shots than like a running back because he's going over the middle. He's more defenseless.
Yeah.
And if you think of how he was utilized since college, really, I mean, he always used him like that. And Russell makes a good point. Like, where do you go back? Do you go back to the Pop Warner days? Do you sue Urban Meyer? Do you sue Bill Belichick? Like, there's really no end to it.
I don't know where Aaron Hernandez is actually from. Is he from like Florida?
He's from right around, like right outside of where the studios are.
Where, like in Orlando?
In Connecticut.
Oh, okay. So I was about to say, if he's actually from Florida, like down south, well, the way I grew up, when you play football, they don't believe in concussions where I'm from. Like that's not a concussion. You got your quote unquote bell rung, and you just need to suck it up. Like they call you the P word. Like that, we don't. Back like where I'm from, they don't do concussions.
I don't even think it's a regional thing. I just think it's just a time thing. I think even 10 years ago, I don't think they were really even talking about concussions, and now everyone are. And I think it reflects how rapid the change has been.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like Russell. Did they? How often was this the discussion of concussions when you played?
Didn't play football.
I didn't play football because my parents knew a long time ago what hits could do, and it wasn't popular back then. I was just a kid that didn't play football. Now, I got to play a lot of other different sports, baseball, basketball, soccer, everything, but do I regret not playing football? No. That's the decision my parents ever made. I get paid to talk about football.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm going to a football night to cover high school activities.
Yeah.
But when I'm watching ice cream and I see a 5'0" receiver go over the middle and get popped, thing I don't think about in the future while I'm writing about that shit.
Yeah.
I do.
It's crazy.
I mean, so I guess let's all three of us. Would you let your kid play football?
No shot.
I don't know. Because, like, for me, I'm from down south, I'm from Mississippi. Football is as much a culture as church and, like, fried food, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, everybody, like, I have friends that play SEC football right now that see these things. They don't care. They don't care. That was the passion. That's what you grew up doing. So I won't say, like, I wouldn't let my kid play football, but I wouldn't make my kid play football. Like, if he wanted to play, I'd let him. I mean, it's just like, it's football, you know?
Yeah.
So I do get the whole thing. There's even NFL players saying like they wouldn't let their kids play football. So I don't know. I don't have kids and I don't really plan on having them. So I don't know. Hopefully I just have like girls or something, so I don't have to make that decision.
But let's say we had a show where we made you have to make that decision. What would you do?
I let my kids play football.
Yeah, and honestly, for me, as a 5'3" Jew, I know my kids are gonna have the body to play football, but I'm gonna prevent them anyways. You know, I know they're gonna be amazing, but I'm gonna stop them. But
to me, I could look up in the mirror and know that my kids are taking shots every day, every Friday, every Monday and Tuesday after school.
Yeah.
And not just concussions. Tearing their bodies up.
Yeah.
For a sport that they might never go pro in.
Probably not gonna go pro in.
Exactly.
I was reading.
There's not that many guys that.
Yeah, it's like 1%. Like I was reading where it's like a better chance of lightning striking twice out of high school than two players from the same high school going to the NFL. So it's like your kid's not going to the NFL. Like even if they're super talented, they're not going to. Because even like it shows, like if you look at the NFL, even like the kids that are super talented usually don't go. It's always the late bloomers, those guys that are playing at junior college or D3 and just worked out and got a tryout. Those end up being like the superstars in the NFL. So your kid's not going to the NFL even if you want them to.
Also, I'd rather have my kids play baseball or basketball. There's way more money there.
That is also true.
And your body goes through less damage.
That is also true. My kids are definitely playing baseball. We about to secure the bag.
You mean basketball?
No, baseball.
Baseball?
Yes.
No, baseball.
You don't have to be tall in baseball. You don't have to be big in baseball. You have to be good.
But do you see the contracts they're handing out in the NBA right now?
You see the contracts they've been handing out in baseball forever?
Yeah.
Bryce Harper and Nick Machado are about to make $500 million.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And it's guaranteed.
And that doesn't
guaranteed
endorsement.
money.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. But I guess we've wrapped up the NFL talk for now. I mean, there's a lot more to get to, but